Platform classmates. Learn Power Platform like you would learn from a fellow classmate.
And next we do have Devi, and so she is with us today. And so Devi is she is a solution architect from Robert Bosch, and she do have like 20 years of experience, and she is having a good vast amount of experience into Dynamics 365 CE on the Power Platform area. And so today she is here, and she is with us, and she'll be walking through today. Over to you, Devi.
Yeah, thank you, Dharani. Hello, everyone. So quickly, let me start off with the session. Today, I'll be covering, the benefits and whereabouts of customer voice. We will also configure, and automate the distribution of customer voice surveys. So I am sharing my screen. Please confirm if you're able to see.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can see your screen, Devi.
So I'll be covering. Okay, what is customer voice? When do we use customer voice? How do we provision it? We'll quickly create a survey and see how do we automate the distribution. Okay, yeah. First and foremost, customer voice is a feedback management tool, which is very competitive with the Survey Monkeys and other key tools which were available in the market. So within the organization, you would have observed that you all are using Microsoft Forms to collect the responses. So there are enhancements to the Microsoft Forms so that it is capable of capturing the data which could be analyzed very well across the organizations. So Microsoft has given lot of connectors, and it has helped us to not only just simply configure the surveys, but also distribute the surveys and automate the distributions. Here, why do we need customer voice at the first place? So first and foremost, for example, you are a product industry, you have created a product and you want to distribute the product to the market. So are we sure customers need that product? Are we sure my product is right at the very first moment? So to capture all these interest of customer and improve the product based on customers' interest, so we are having a powerful tool, this customer voice survey, so that we deliver right things in the right way. We increase the retention of customer, so because we keep on analyzing their feedback, and customer also sees that their feedbacks are incorporated in the new releases of the product. Is it only for targeting the product industry? Definitely no. We always take a feedback for each and every service that we get from the service providers. So for the first time, if I'm launching a new service or launching a new product, then I want to make my brand popular. So in that time also I distribute a survey. So I will give you one typical example. I mean, if I'm new to the electrical car business or electrical forecourt business, I want to see if this India is really interested to go for electrical cars. Even if they go in which state I have to launch my product first. So if I will launch in this state, how many of them will use for their business purpose? How many of them will use for their trip purpose? So all these things I want to capture. So I create a survey, distribute it in the social channels, get the interest of people, then decide, where my business is going to earn me profits. So there are n number of use cases where, we apply this. So what I just said is a simple example. Okay. And how do we provision customer voice? Yeah, I mean, customer voice is included in all enterprise, versions of D365. Predominantly, customer service enterprise and sales enterprise has this. If you don't have any of the D365 products, you could take a separate subscription for customer voice alone, and you will be able to create surveys and distribute surveys. So they have it is all capacity and response based. So based on that, if you go to the Dynamics 365 pricing website, you will get to know what are the different licenses available for procuring this customer voice. Okay, so everybody asked me whenever I talk about survey, the first question that comes is, okay, I have pretty much a similar feature in Forms. So how is it different from the Microsoft Forms? Yeah, I mean it is more. I mean anybody who has used Forms, the configuration and steps are more like it. But as I said, there are a few key differences in terms of branding. So when I create a Microsoft form, I could add a logo, but here, there are several ways that this branding is enhanced in terms of custom logos, header images, positioning, and other stuff. So not just that, when I distribute a Microsoft form, it is like I'm sharing a single link of the form to, n number of people or n number of respondents. But Microsoft customer voice, it is a unique link for each and every invitation that I'm going to send, so that I am very focused on the response capturing, and I will associate that response to a single invitation. So there are configuration rules for setting up your personalization variables, which is not there in customer voice. So very quickly, rather than theory, I will take you to the screen and I will demonstrate this. Okay, so a very high level overview. Why do I use customer voice? To create surveys, categorize those surveys under projects, and then look for a form and distribute those surveys. So I use my power automation. I select my trigger points. It could be a canvas app, it could be a portal, or I can embed my survey within any of the websites or in any other model driven app, and then simply have a trigger action. Once I trigger it, so I will be able to collect the responses, accumulate the responses, and relate it to the contacts who have responded. So when I'm distributing it for certain set of customers, so I could immediately get the responses as timeline activities. So at any point of time, sales knows whether the customer is happy or whether the customer is expecting something from us, and we can keep on improvising ourselves. Okay, so now I will directly switch to demo. So I'm assuming you're able to, see my screen. So I've
Yes.
opened customer. Yeah, I have opened customer voice. So for the ease of demo, I've already created some, sample surveys. So this is the, header section. As I said, here you could see that, I have a focal point to position my controls. So if I have some images, I could add my custom image. Okay, so let me try to upload the image. So I could choose any one of them, or I could choose from the existing set of galleries. Okay, so then I align my text, color, position, everything. It is all pretty easy to do here. I could choose the font size and everything. Not just this, I could also add my logo. Okay, so I'll choose a custom image. So if I'm not targeting a specific branding on my survey title, and if I want to distribute it pretty quickly, so I could use from one of the existing themes here, or it just adds some colors, or I just use some professional styles which are inbuilt. Okay, yeah. So once I do this, I will start putting down my questions. So I have categorized them. So I could use a simple text and then capture the responses. It could be a long answer, or it could be a simple answer with a defined set. And if I want to validate my text inputs, I could also post some restrictions. So for today's discussion, I'm keeping all required variables. If I have to add some custom logic, I will be able to add it for showing or hiding the other questions. Okay, so I have created a full name. I'm trying to create a email ID where you could see that I have posed the restriction here. So I have removed. Let me re-add, and I can choose the restriction type as email. So any formatting, email formatting validations, this will automatically take care. Okay, so I have put a rating control. Yeah, I can have it as a number, star, or some smileys. So just give me a minute. Okay. So the level of numbers and the level of stars is by default available till 10. So it is all customizable. Now if I take a smiley control, by default I have 5 levels of smileys added. So I could add some custom smileys also. Okay, so now I am having other options like radio buttons. So I could also configure to choose other as an option here. So I keep the survey as simple. If you have seen, I'm capturing the full name, email ID, and then how, I mean, it is going to be the sessions feedback. How are you rating today's session? How likely you would recommend my session to others? And this is a like it control where I decide if I want to capture inputs for multiple parameters in a similar fashion. So I group them together, like if I want to know if the team is satisfied with my communication, if the team is satisfied with my demo, course content, or any other parameter, you just simply click and add. Okay, so I could rename this text right away, and it is all, you could see that it is all auto saved. So I have kept a simple logic here only to see that if somebody is telling that I won't recommend your course, how likely would you recommend my session? So if I answer as unlikely, then I will be displaying this question. So I want to capture what went wrong in my session. Okay, so then if they have answered properly, I will ask them if they're interested to set up a follow-up session. So based on their interest, if they choose yes, I will display them one more section. So what do you expect in my next session? You could see that I, for at the section level, I can show or hide a logic. So here I have created a logic already. So are you interested in for having a follow-up session? Whoever has answered yes, they will be seeing this section too. Okay, so I have captured some of the expectations. So you could see the control I have chosen is multiple answers. So when I choose multiple answers, it is all checkbox. So when I distribute the survey, the end customer will be able to choose multiple options here as a response. Okay, so yeah, this is a post survey image. Once you click on submit, what is that text that user will see? So this is I could customize, and here you have seen that I am adding the local variables. Okay, so I will show you how to add the local variables. If I want to add any footer text, again this is all configurable. I could add or I could simply turn it off. The same is the case with header also. If I want to have it, I can have, otherwise I will simply turn it off. Okay, so here you could see I have a formatting option of progress bar. So if there are multiple pages, I want to see at any point of time in which page the customer is, I will enable this progressive bar. This by simply tagging it. You see this question numbers. If I want to have it, I can have, else I can remove it. Okay, so this branding is all the additional features, whatever we have seen here directly. So these options are available. You could, come to this branding section and choose the font you want and choose the color of the text you want and what is the background you want. See, I have applied an image here. So let me remove. So this background is all gone. Now I could also set up the background again with my custom images. Okay. So once you configure, it is all we could just or it keeps on auto saving. So all I do is if I want to create a new survey, I just click here, go and start configuring the inputs like how I had created for the sample demo. And once you do this, you just click on the three dots and immediately have a rename. By default, see, I just clicked on it and it created a file for me. I will come and rename it, add all the inputs what I need. Okay, so in the design page we have additional customizations. So I will show you what each customization is all about. So here if I choose an advanced logic, right now the display show hide at each question level, what we have seen is simple logics. The same rules, if I click on advanced logic, will move to the rules section, and then I will not be able to add them at the question level. Then I have to track each and every simple rule from the new rule section. So I'm not doing it now. Okay, so personalization, as I have shown the variable first name added to the submission page, we could add up to 15 variables we could add and pass the custom information through these variables. So it could be for capturing the time, or if you know that customer is sticking to a specific product or domain, associate that product as a a variable here, and from your Power Automate flow, when they give the feedback, automatically it shows that thank you for the feedback submitted on your recent purchase ID or recent product ID. So that way we will be able to personalize. Okay, so languages, if you prefer, you want to have it in different languages, I simply have an I can choose these languages, or the questions I will be able to even import from an Excel sheet. Okay, so here upload translation file is there. I simply create a Excel sheet and upload it so that the specific regional questions appear in that particular language. All right, so I think I have covered this formatting also. So now our survey is all ready. So let me click on send. And before sending it, we will see what are all the options, by default it is providing for us. In terms of personalization, it is the same, or in terms of distribution. For whom we are targeting this survey. So is it only for people in my organization? So sometimes we distribute a survey across departments within the organization who belong to your Azure Active Directory. So in that case, it gives some additional features. I will be able to upload some files and share all those things as part of the survey response. So it is not enabled if the respondents is outside of the organization. So I turn the anonymous responses on so that there is no firewall enablement, or anybody who has access to the link will be able to submit the response. So I could limit if it is going to be one response per person, or if the same person can keep on responding to the survey multiple times. Okay, so when I have distributed the survey and the contact is not there in my system can create a new contact record for me and associate the next time. This is one other feature which I will demonstrate. So save survey progress. So you have opened the survey and assume it has some 5 to 6 pages. You have filled the first page and you have diverted to a different meeting, or you have different activity and you skipped the survey. So the next time you come in, you hit the same link, it will remember up to what data you had filled in. So this is captured, it is, I would say it is automated, and this information is captured in the system up to 28 days. So the author of the survey will decide whether the survey's expiration date is going to be more than 28 days, and accordingly he will permit this. Okay, so yeah, so once I have the survey ready, I could decide whether the survey is immediately active from the time it is distributed, or it is going to end at a specific date, how many responses I'm targeting to capture. So all those response related activities are configured here. Okay, so next comes the important part of email. So here you could see that the out of box surveys will be sent from surveys@email.formspro.microsoft.com. But when I receive an email, I am very choosy. So seeing the sender, I see that it is some sort of promotion email and I won't go for it. But if it is coming from the sales of for example, I take service from Myntra and I am a regular customer for Myntra. If Myntra is going to send me something, I will definitely pay attention to that email. And how will I know if the sender is something like this? Will I know that the survey is sent from Myntra? So I prefer that if the mail is coming from surveys@myntra.com or sales@myntra.com, then definitely I'm interested. So I mean, we could easily customize the domain from which we have to send the surveys from the admin center. I will show you quickly that step as well. Okay, so these are all the configuration things which we have to know while creating and while we are targeting to distribute the survey. So now my survey is all done. I will quickly show you the configuration setting. then we will target to distribute our survey. Okay. Okay. So if you will log into your admin center, you will see the settings and you will have the org settings there. So from your org settings, if you have procured customer voice, you will see this Dynamics 365 customer voice enabled under the service. So once you are in customer voice, this is the place where I could add my custom domains. So this has to be a proper domain which is validated. I have purchased this from GoDaddy. So I have to make sure that the domain that I'm adding here. So let me edit. Go back one step. Okay. So the moment you try to configure a domain, system will automatically give you the alias names, two CNAMEs and a TXT. So whoever is your DNS provider, all you have to do is go and create two CNAMEs and TXT records, and you have to give the same name and alias name that is given by the system. So one thing you have to take care, if it is Azure, if you have purchased your domain from Microsoft Azure or from GoDaddy, the prefix will you don't have to put your prefix again. It is okay if you add till the domain key. Then the verification happens properly. Right, so my domain is already verified. So if I will go, once it is verified, it will allow me to add the email address which we have just seen. You have seen that sales at davisdemo.com is the authorized ID. So this ID, sometimes we have them only as a mailbox. So in that case, if it is not a active user, I have to just give an approved user on behalf of whom these emails will be sent. Okay, so here you could see that I'm using the ID sales at Davies demo, and who is the approved user here? Devikumari Krishna, who is the licensed user. Okay, now we are all set. So I will quickly show you by directly sending the survey from here, and I will also show you how I have automated the survey. So let me click a simple email. Okay, so here I will choose the recipients. First, let me choose the recipient. Even though it is suggesting me the existing contacts, I will not go for it with a valid reason. Okay, I've chosen my, so I hit on send. Okay, the email is sent. So now I will send one more email. This time I prefer to choose the contact which it is suggesting. Okay, so not just this, it has more contacts, but let me choose one randomly. Okay, so I will send this also. Okay. Okay, so I will use this recipient. Okay, I have sent. So now I will quickly check if the email has arrived. Okay. Okay, let the email flow in. In the meantime, I will go to the automation. So I have created a simple Canvas app. So let me edit and show you. So how do I target to which group I have to send the survey? So if I have to send the survey to a set of customers who are already into my CRM system, so I can create a marketing list. So I could create a simple flow to call the marketing list and distribute the survey for the associated members. Okay. So let me open my CRM system also in case. Okay. So yeah, you could see that I've already attached the data source for my gallery. Okay, so this is my gallery. So I have associated the data source marketing list entity here. So it is displaying me all the marketing list content. So I'm showing the description, and here I'm checking if there are any members by just associating the count. So I have a simple button. It is a survey button, and I will be passing the action. So in my action, I'm going to call my Power Automate flow. Right now, I am calling send survey to ML flow. So I will just quickly show you what the flow does. Okay, so I am creating, if time permits, I will create and show you. So I will associate, control in when I choose my instant cloud connector. Then I quickly initialize a variable. So here is where I will pass the marketing list name. Then I will associate all the accounts. While creating a marketing list, I will be able to associate either an account or contacts. So let me quickly show you here. Yeah, I have created a simple marketing list. So here I'm targeting accounts. So I made sure I have couple of members. I have picked up the out of box accounts, and I changed the primary contact to all my personal IDs. One is my Hotmail, one is my Office ID, and the other one is my Gmail IDs. So now we will be calling this marketing list, and then we will be distributing the survey for this marketing list. Okay. So yeah, I was demonstrating my flow, right? Yeah. So what I have done, I have, in my list rows, I'm calling the account entity. So I went and, downloaded the fetch XML from the accounts where, market, the accounts that belong to the marketing list. So dynamically, I'm going to pass the variable which I just created into the condition. So automatically it filters, and then for each of the members that is picked up from the previous step, I am going to send a survey. Okay, so here I am calling with survey, and I am choosing the default template for this demo. So here you see that we just created sample demo 1. I am going to call my survey power classmates and sample demo 1, right? So let us quickly see. Yeah, now you can see that I have created this, so I have not associated any members to other marketing lists. So here, I think there is one out of box entity. I will choose this Davies demo. I will click on start survey. So yeah, the survey has triggered. So let us go to our flow, check the run history before we check the actual areas. Okay, you could see that my flow was just run 8 seconds ago. Yeah, it has run successfully. So let me quickly check my personal inboxes. Okay, you could see that few seconds ago I have received the mail just 2 minutes ago, and I will click on start survey. Okay, so you see the survey that we had filled in. I'll quickly fill it.
Also, you have some questions, Devi, or you will wrap up.
Yeah, just in a minute I will close this and respond to the questions. Okay, so I quickly fill in the poor rating. I choose unlikely so that I get my like it control. So here to submit, I choose as I am interested in a follow-up session. So it takes me to the next set of questions. So I can choose all of the above, which will, okay. So are you ready for all day? I'm just choosing. So this is the progress bar which we had enabled. So we have 2 pages. So it is showing me in which page I am in. Now I'm not submitting, but I simply close it. Okay. It says leave. Now I open again. Okay, so I've opened again just to show you that whatever values I have chosen, the system still remembers because of the uh, progress that we had enabled. Save progress is enabled, right? So I quickly submit now. Okay, so now this user is not there with me. So you could see that even though I had kept a localized variable, it is giving me thank you first name for sharing your feedback. So here I will also distribute the survey by choosing in a known contact which is already available in the system, and system will pick me the thank you Devi for sharing your feedback. Okay, so I know I have only 1 minute, so I am ready to take up the questions here. Okay, so while you people are asking me for questions, I want to also show you that I am in the CRM system where I have opened the account in the timeline activity. You could see that the survey is all available.
Yeah, there is one question from Bipin Devi. How do
Yes.
we show dynamic CRM record, URL or entity record field value on survey form? Is it possible to show the list of the line items like product list on the survey form?
Product list, yeah, you could create a custom page in Dataverse, associate that. Otherwise, if you're not licensed, it is not possible. When you distribute the survey within the organization and where license holders are viewing, it is possible. Else, you have to create a custom HTML where you imitate the data from Dynamic CRM that you will be able to show.
Okay, Bipin, I hope this answers your question. And there is one more question from Sahil Hamid. Can we use custom icon for rating icon instead of smiley or numbers?
Yes, custom icon is possible, but you have to, at the moment, only 3 icons are there, and you have to send a support query to Microsoft, and they will change your custom icons. In the first version of survey release, it was there when it was named as Forms Pro. Then they removed it, and in the next future feature or next release, they are going to give it back.
Okay, and there is one more question from Bipin. He's
Yeah.
asking what is the process to deploy survey to other environments?
Okay, you could simply package it under your solution in Dataverse. Create a solution, and if you see here under the survey also, you could just map it to the environments from this place also when I create it. So I'll quickly show here. While creating the home screen, I choose a project. Let me choose a blank. You will be able to see all the list of environments from here. Then your project, you can open your project and tag it to the environment you want so that it is visible in that environment also.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there is one more question from Bipin. He's asking like in the Power Automate, you have configured your Power Automate for static marketing list. Can this also be achieved for the dynamic marketing list?
Definitely, yes, it is possible.
Yeah, so that's it, Devi. These are the questions in the chat window. So we are good with the questions.
All right. Sorry, I had taken 2 minutes of additional time, but I will be happy to answer more queries, and I will also, put my YouTube videos where the same demo I've already, captured and I have published in my channel. I will share it with you all so that if you had missed due to the, network glitches today, you will be able to focus on the same demo. Dharani, I will share this link with you. Probably the chat is not enabled, I guess, for me.
Sure, Devi. And
Okay.
also, yeah, I will put the Devi's LinkedIn URL in the chat window. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Devi. So she will be able to assist you with your queries. Okay. And thanks, Devi, for accepting my invite and presenting in the Power Platform classmates. And it was a detailed session, so I hope the people got a good insights on this customer insights, customer voice.
Power Platform classmates. Learn Power Platform like you would learn from a fellow classmate.